Chapter 36, Gold Futures. Jackson Tate had spent the morning at home, dreading the sound of the phone. He has been focused on his computer, desperately moving his finances into his offshore accounts. If he was going to jail, there was no way his assets would be frozen. His lawyers would see to that. Of course, they would take a hefty share for their greedy selves. Around noon, he sighs. Could it be he wasn't a wanted man? He knew he'd done an excellent job of hiding the pot and the coke. The pills were prescription. He decides to call the Calistoga Resort front desk. 6 rings in, someone finally answers. Calistoga Resort, finest in Napa. How can I direct your call? The operator asks. William Bedmont, please, Jackson says curtly. I'm afraid that's impossible. Mr. Belmont is only available Monday through Thursday, and by appointment only. Tell him it's Jackson Tate. There is silence on the line. Oh, Mr. Tate. I'm certain that Mr. Belmont will want to speak with you. I'll patch you through to his cell. Jackson is forced to wait through several minutes of instrumental hold music before Belmont is on the line. Finally, they are connected, but Belmont wants to make small talk. Jackson, my boy, how are things with you? I'm not sure. You tell me. Well, it appears there has been a break-in at your cottage. Damage is mostly superficial, except for the front door. You're going to want to get that replaced as soon as you can. Is the installation something that can be handled by the resort? I'm swamped down here in the city. Not sure when I'll be able to drive up north. In truth, Jackson isn't sure how he'd get to Calistoga. The Range Rover is still parked in the garage. That shouldn't be a problem. But don't you want to pick a door yourself? Belmont asks. I'll call my decorator. She can handle that part. We'll get to that in a few days. Jackson is guarded. Why a few days? Why not right now? Jackson, your tile has blood on it. Napa's finest are treating this like a crime scene. Jackson, of course, is well aware of the blood, having witnessed it firsthand. What with Coyote being cold-cocked by Diana, he knows what to expect. Any idea when it may be possible? You know full well our officers are primarily in the DUI business. They'll clear it out in a couple of days. What happened? You fall or something? Something like that. Belmont ignores the vague answer. Your Range Rover is still up here. You want us to tow it down for you? What'll that run me? It would be my pleasure. Just invite me to some of those legendary parties you throw. I'll hold security at bay if the noise gets out of hand. Jackson grins. That, my friend, is not a problem. Jackson hangs up the phone, knowing he's not off to prison anytime soon. He glances at the time on his iPhone. It's afternoon. He might as well pull it together and head to the office. Jackson has little trouble ordering an Uber stretch limousine. He always tips the drivers well, so they come fighting over him. Upon reaching his office, he props his feet on the desk and reads the Chronicle. No mention of anything happening in Napa. This is good. He has about a dozen messages sticky noted to his desk. He reads them and immediately drops them in the circular file. They are mostly from bands he promised to get back to. He admires them for trying, but frankly, if they had real talent, he would be the one tracking them down. He breezes through the headlines, but nothing catches his eye. He folds the paper and disposes of it in the wastebasket. Jackson Tate might well be the only man in the Bay Area who does not recycle. His office phone rings. He wishes Julie hadn't been at her desk when he whizzed by. He could let it ring to his voicemail, but she'd know he was dodging. He could replace her with the snap of a finger. Everyone wanted to be in the music business, but he liked her. She gave good head. What's going on, Julie? He barks into the speakerphone. The entire lobby is here to see you. Jackson pulls up Outlook. I don't see any appointments on my schedule. Send them away. Well, it's that Apollo guy you like so much. And it looks like he brought an entourage, Julie says. Fuck. Is that crazy redhead and the lady cop with him? Yeah, and 3 other guys. They look like a scruffy, low-end band, Julie replies. Jackson is weighing the big money Apollo could, potentially, bring to the table versus the psycho bitches that Apollo definitely brings to the table. But as usual, money wins. Send them up. All of them? What the hell? Sure, why not? Soon, Jackson has 6 people standing in his office, not counting himself. Diana quickly apologizes and takes a seat in the corner. He's glad she's not there to arrest and lead him away in handcuffs, so he readily accepts her apology. The three strangers sit on the far sofa, leaning forward. Jackson notices two of them have brought guitar cases. Did they really think they were going to audition in his office? The short one carried drumsticks and eyes the drum set in the corner. Apollo stands with Freya draped over him in front of Jackson's desk. "This is my band," Apollo announces. Jackson shakes his head. "Who are these people? Did you meet them on the street? I have huge plans for your career. I'm not linking you up with nobodies." Matt pipes up. "We're working musicians. We play Joe's Dive Bar a few nights a week. We even sent you a demo. Do you recall it? We were called the Cover Boys then." One thing Jackson did was to listen to every demo ever sent to him. He never knew when he'd find a diamond in the rough. He took copious notes on the yeses and the maybes. He digs through his files and finds nothing. Then he looks in the slush file. "The Cover Boys," he reads aloud. "Bad tribute songs. Singer has little vocal range. Guitar and bass are adequate. Drums are drums, nothing special. Overall thoughts, this band goes nowhere fast." Matt shrugs off the assessment. "Yeah, but that was before Apollo joined us. We're a different group now. We've even changed our name to Delphi. We'll be writing our own music, and I've never heard a singer or guitar player like Apollo. Come see us tonight at Joe's." "I've written a new song," Apollo offers. "It's a broken heart song." Jackson considers this. "I do love a good breakup tune. Okay, this is against my better judgment, but plug into the amps. And you," he points to the drummer, "you will not damage my equipment." Freya steals a kiss while Apollo is strapping the guitar over his shoulder. "Are you going to do my song?" she asks. "No," he whispers. "This one's new. I just hope the mortals can keep up." Apollo lays down a punk riff, something between the Replacements and the Violent Femmes. His voice changes from its usual spot-on key to something more nasal. The drummer and bass player can't see where he's going, and Matt tries to follow along. And the drummer tries to follow along. Jackson Tate is floored by what he's just heard. "Apollo, when did you write this song?" he asks. Apollo lays the guitar down. "Pretty much just now. I was thinking about a breakup I went through with this water nymph, Daphne. She broke my heart, and I turned her into a laurel tree. I thought the song might both honor her and show her I've moved on. I've got to get you boys into a studio ASAP. I can arrange something later today. Apollo, you claim to have written 37 songs. How many does your new band know?" 2. "Well, it's time they start learning them. I want to fast track this. I need you all there." Matt interrupts. "We're supposed to play at Joe's Dive Bar tonight. Can't miss it. It's a regular paying gig." "Remind me of who you are again," Jackson fires. "Matt Sawyer. I'm the leader of this band." How cute did you think that, Matt Sawyer? One phone call, and I have much better studio musicians taking your place. You rather play Joe's for the rest of your career? "No, sir," Matt answers quickly. "Fine. You're still in the band. Play your live gig at a filthy watering hole. Tomorrow, the real work begins." Apollo doesn't really know what this means. However, the rest of Delphi seems excited. "Sounds like an excellent plan." The Yoko owner of the group speaks up. "Maybe Delphi isn't the right name for the band," Freya says. "Perhaps Apollo and the Oracles is better suited." Jackson thinks about this. "You know, I kind of like it. Puts Apollo's name front and center. If he's the lead singer and the lead guitarist, he should receive top billing." The rest of the band grumbles. They don't like the idea of being a glorified backup band. But when would they ever get a chance like this again? They could keep playing covers or hitch their wagons to Apollo's star. "We like it," Matt says. "Good." Jackson scrawls an address on a post-it note. "Be here at 4, but if you're not early, you're late. You've got a lot of work to do. Especially you, Matt Sawyer." Matt is mystified, but not dumb. "Certainly. There is some contract we should sign. Produce, and then we'll see. You'll need to prove your worth to me." Matt sighs. He hopes he's up to the task.